And you will be surprised to know that when the sacrifices were to be organized, they needed to make these altars where the sacrifices are made. So from that, slowly, the science of geometry evolved in India. And same thing ultimately gave birth to algebra too. And that gave birth to zero, which you use in computers today. The zero, algebra and geometry, we have this Greek tradition, Pythagoras and like that, but India has a separate, absolutely separate tradition. Now this idea of zero was later on taken by the Muslims, and from there it went to the Europe, and they grabbed it, and now you find zero is a universal number in mathematics, and computer depends entirely on 0 and 1. It came from the Vedas through that altar making. Similarly, you find that astronomy, astrology that India developed, persons like you might have heard of Aryabhatta and Bhaskara, they all grew up in the traditions of Jyotish. Then prosody, like poetry and all, it grew from that Vedic Chanda. So, not only that, whatever you find in Indian life, for example, when a baby is born, there are certain rituals associated with that. And when somebody dies, there are certain rituals associated with that. All those things are coming straight from the Vedic times. And not only that, the whole of Hindu religion, Hindu culture is based entirely and solely on the Vedas. You may say, but I don't even know the Vedas. No one, hardly anybody reads the Vedas. Then how come? Because you see, as we proceed with this class, we'll see how the Vedas were applied in different formats. So for example, somebody says, I worship Hanumanji. Perfect. Where from Hanumanji has come? Valmiki Ramayana. And what Valmiki Ramayana discusses? Sri Ramchandra and Hanumanji. And what is Valmiki Ramayana about? It is about Vedic culture. It discusses Dharma, Artha, Kama. So the life of Sri Ram and life of Sri Hanuman is directly based on the Vedas. And in fact, when Hanuman first meets Sri Ram, Ram tells Lakshmana, just see, just watch his language. Anyone who has not studied the Vedas properly cannot come up with this kind of intonation. He has studied Vyakarana thoroughly. There is not a single mistake in his words. And just see what complete command over his words. He knows the art of pronunciation. That is Shiksha, Vyakarana, everything Sri Rama describes. So Hanuman was, thoroughly. We today, we go on talking about his tail and this and that. So when we study Valmiki Ramayana, we will be talking about that. But Valmiki Ramayana is a thoroughly trained Vedic scholar. And he grew up in the same Vedic tradition in which Sri Rama has grown. So when you worship Hanuman, you are directly worshipping the Vedas. Krishna, same thing. Bhagavad is all about the Vedas. You just name anything. You worship anything. You worship Shitalama and you worship Manusama. You will see that ultimately everything goes to the Veda. Just that they are applied. They are applied in different formats. Whatever your format, ultimately your religion goes back to Veda. And entire Hindu culture goes back to Ved and Vedanga.